I've made a lot of characters, and he talks about a gentleman here. I just picked this up, and I know it's here. So, here we go, 29. Okay, Albert Huffstickler, The Banquet. One night back in the 60s, I was crashing at the Ashbury House, an old rooming house back of the Wesley Foundation. The only one there besides me was George Goss. And about 2 in the morning, we both got hungry. We looked in the refrigerator, and the only thing there was a pot of turnip greens and a bowl of rice. Should we heat it? I asked. Do you think it would do any good? No, I said. We spooned our plates full and sat chewing stolidly away. This is nothing, I said. You're being too kind. It's shit, I said. You honor it. Well, what would you call it? George shoved the last spoonful into his mouth, chewed thoughtfully for a while, then said, I'd call it cold turnip greens and rice. I think you got it, I told him. We found some 2-day-old coffee on the stove, heated it, sat back, and lit cigarettes. Smoked for a while, and then I mashed my cigarette out and got up, heading for my mattress downstairs in the living room. There's a little left, George says. You want it? No thanks. He covered the dishes carefully and put them back in the refrigerator. No use wasting it, he said. Somebody may want it for breakfast.
I remember right after Albert passed, we wanted to have a reading for him. I didn't really know what to do, but I just called Ken Webster and asked if we could have it at Hyde Park Theater. And the set was bizarre for the play that was going on then. It was all rocks. The whole floor was rocks. Everything, the audience, everything was rocks. And a ton of people showed up. And some people wanted me to take charge and have an order of some kind. And I just said, to Albert, this is up to you. You got to run this thing. So I didn't really do anything, and it just went perfect. People just got up and read what they wanted to read, and so I encourage that to happen tonight too. All of y'all just go back there and find a poem you want to read if you want. If you want to read 2, whatever, just, go with whatever you're feeling. It's your birthday, it's Huffstickler's birthday, so you should.
I'll have to go soon because I have a squirmy toddler.
Oh, squirmy toddler. Okay.
I'll read next.
Okay, cool. Well, you can read now. Or next? Okay, okay. I'm going to read one that I need to hear. So, it's called Heart Song. On the doorstep of your heart, a beggar stands. It is yourself wanting to get in. It is very cold. You've been gone a long time. You do not think you'll be remembered. You knock on the door. The sound of your knocking echoes and re-echoes on the still air. It is getting colder. You wonder how long you can stand here in the cold, waiting. The echo of your knocking dies, and there is silence all around you. It is evening. The night approaches. You wonder where you will go, who will take you in. On the doorstep of your heart, a beggar stands. It is yourself.
take over the party, but this is my birthday too. And
Take over. Happy birthday.
I met Huff when I was about 4, I think, with my dad was working with him at UT. And so something we always shared was our birthday. And for many years, I always enjoyed going and finding him in Hyde Park and exchanging a hug today. And anyway, these are a few of my poems that I brought. This one's called Maintenance. Sylvia says that Tony is the best person at maintenance she ever saw. Sylvia and I talk a lot about maintenance. Maintenance being all those things that you have to do to keep your life going so that you can use the little time remaining to do what you want to or to pursue your real life's goal, which certainly isn't maintenance. Maintenance involves a lot of things. It's anything that has to be done from going to work to buying groceries to cleaning house occasionally, paying bills, fixing a lamp that doesn't work, replacing a light bulb, you name it. It's everything that you don't particularly want to do and have to do anyway. And it's important. It's important because it keeps you going, and so it's saying yes to life in a very significant way. I would guess that half of the people in asylums and on the streets are there not because they can't do the important things, but because they can't do the unimportant things. Maintenance. Some days it's like standing at the bottom of a very high hill and looking way up to the top. There are 50 things you have to do, and when you get done, then maybe you'll have a little time to do what you want to do. So you either stand there at the bottom of the hill, or you start climbing. And how do you climb? One step at a time. And when you get to the top, there won't be trumpets sounding or flags waving. There will just be that little bit of time that you can call your own. And the thing about maintenance is that it's never done. So the next day you get up and there's that same very high hill to climb, and that's it. Maintenance is how you pay your dues. If you're rich, you probably pay somebody else to do your maintenance. If you're not, you dog it on through because maintenance is the glue that holds your life together. And it's the real secret of Zen, because what Zen is saying is, if you just get the bed made, enlightenment will take care of itself. And if you want to know how I figured all this out, well, I got it the same place Sylvia did, from Tony.
Nice.
I'll read one more. I haven't read this in a very long time, but called Listening to Your Life. There's a way in which everything's on a level, if you know what I mean. Some days it's more important to scrub out the bathtub than to write a poem. Some days I just want to walk. It's like you have to listen to your life, and you don't really know what it's going to tell you. You see, it talks to the other lives, and then a consensus is reached. That's how it really is. That's why too much routine is damaging. You're acting before you have a chance to listen to your life. Do this long enough and you're completely out of touch. So what's the remedy? The remedy is simple. Every morning you get up and listen to your life before you do anything. Wait for it to tell you what to do before rushing off headlong. It may tell you to just go into your routine. It may not, but you'll never know if you don't listen. In fact, if you don't listen long enough, you'll get completely out of touch. The only way to know is to check it out very carefully, because otherwise the life you're living may not be your own.
Hey, Greg. Good to see you, brother.
Okay.
You want to read something?
Yeah.